Hey you guys, I'm Gemstone from tarotforhealing.com. This video is for the Capricorns. This is your monthly astrological reading for October. I'm not going to be using the playing cards this month. I'm going to be using the Anarchy deck all the way through, and I'm going to be starting off with your more general reading and then getting into the more specific areas of your life. So, Capricorn, um, what I see basically it's the Emperor first, then you have the Ten of Pentacles, then you have the Queen of Swords, then you have the Three of Swords. What I see here, basically the first message that comes through when I look at these cards is it makes me think that this could be applying to a relationship situation. These four cards, I feel like a relationship that may have either been long term or one that felt stable, one that felt like it had a future, could actually be coming to an end, or there could be a breakup or a disappointment or a sadness that is associated with a relationship. Now, what I see here is that you either could have had a family with this person or or already do. So it's like it could be that situation. But then what I think when I look at the Emperor and then the Queen of Swords, I think that somebody has tried to be dominating and controlling. Someone has tried to govern how this relationship is going to go. And I think the issue sometimes with trying to govern a relationship, it can mean that you may not actually be satisfying your partner's needs. And so this could be somebody that's not satisfying your needs, or this could be you not satisfying theirs. But I think that somebody was trying to make this relationship what they felt that it should be. And maybe on the surface, the relationship seemed good. Like maybe from the outside looking in, it seemed like you guys were happy families, or it seemed like you guys were a happy couple. And other people may have looked to you like, wow, they look so happy. But then I think underneath it, there was issues, or somebody was not satisfied. So it was kind of one of them relationships that are kind of like keeping up appearances, where it's like, you do all this stuff that seems all good, and again, from the outside looking in, people are looking like, you're the model couple or the model family, but then that's not really what the situation is. um I think with the Queen of Swords, somebody wanted their independence, somebody wanted their voice back. It's almost like I could see that somebody was trying to be dominating and the other person is resisting. And it's almost like they're saying, no, I want things to be um fair. Like, I want to be able to say how I feel. I want to have my independence. I want to be able to maybe go where I want to go, do the things that I want to do. Like, I have these dreams and these aspirations also, and I feel like, this relationship shouldn't be all about you and just what you want. It should also be about what I want as well. And I think that because maybe their voice wasn't being heard, it's ended in the Three of Swords, and this person has like walked away because they're just like, I can't deal with this person anymore. They're not giving me the independence that I need. I don't feel the freedom that I feel like I deserve, and so I'm just sort of leaving this situation behind. Again, I was feeling more that this could be a situation of a relationship, but then at the same time, this could also be playing out in a work scenario. It could play out in a family scenario as well. But the relationship aspect of things, like a romantic relationship kind of gone sour, is kind of what came to me first. So I think that what is going on here is you have to deal with some sort of power struggle in October. If you are the Capricorn that is like really set in your ways, and let's be honest, Capricorns, you can be quite set in your ways. And I think with Capricorns, you guys, you know how you like things, and sometimes you can want things that way. So in this scenario, you could be the emperor in this scenario, like the one that wants to call the shots, say how things are going. If you are Cancer, Capricorn, sorry, if you're a Capricorn male, you might be feeling like you're the alpha male, like it's for you to be the husband, or it's for you to be that boyfriend that is like playing the role of the man. He's the breadwinner. He's the one that like you might feel like you're like almost playing like a traditional role of what you think the man in a relationship should play. um But then again, it could also be saying, like, that's kind of how I'm feeling more, how these cards could be playing out, like a man that is dominate a bit dominating, and a woman that kind of wants her freedom away from this man that is a bit dominating, or they or makes them feel like they just don't have they just aren't allowed to express themselves how they want to. But then it also could be the other way around as well, and this could be a woman and a male, or it could be the same sex, depending on what relationship you're in. So it can go either way. But how I kind of see this playing out is, again, allow, if you want things to work out between you and this person, allow them to have their voice, allow them to have their independence. It could also mean as well, maybe you always want to do things as a family. Like, one person might be always wanting to do stuff as a family, or do stuff as a couple, and the other person may not always want to do things as a family or a couple. Maybe they want something that is just for themselves. And that, it doesn't mean that because you want something for yourself that you're being selfish. I feel like, regardless of whether you have a family or not, you have to have your own interest too, and something that is just special for you, like an outlet for yourself. So yeah, I think like that kind of stuff could be showing up this month. But when it comes to your money and your finances, you have the Three of Rods and the Eight of Rods. And so money and finances are looking good. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this could be a new job opportunity. I think that there's something that you're really wanting. Maybe you really wanted to work for a different company. Maybe you really wanting to progress. Like him standing here, it's like he's looking at all the possibilities that he hasn't moved yet. Like, he's just standing there, he's just observing, like, the horizon, what is out there. And so maybe that's what you've done. Like, maybe you just maybe you just started applying for like certain jobs or certain positions just to put yourself out there, but you haven't really like, maybe you're not even taking it like that seriously. Like, you may not have put out loads of applications, you might have just put out a few, maybe for jobs that interest you, just to see if you get any like response. And it seems that you are going to get a response for something really positive. So again, if you're applying for jobs or you really want a new job, this is a really good time to put your CVs and stuff together and put some stuff out there, because I think that something will actually come back to you that actually is going to sound really good. And don't sort of like, I've done this at times when I've looked for work, applied for jobs, but you didn't really want those jobs, and then you do get a call back, and then it's a bit like, kind of thing. So what I would say is apply for the jobs that you really want, because I think that you can hear back from somewhere that is going to be really suited to you and what you want to do. So this is a really good time for you to branch out, for you to broaden your horizons, look for something that is beyond what you already do. Because I think that it's almost like he has his back turned towards the past. So he ain't even thinking about the scenario that he's just come from, or the scenario that he's in right now. He's looking towards something completely different, because he wants to evolve past like where he is now. And so if that's really what you want to do, put yourself out there, because you're going to hear back, and it's going to be soon. It's going to be quite quick, because they're both like rods cards, so it's a fast moving energy. But you have the opportunity to create something really new for yourself this month. The next card is Justice, and with the Fool. And what these cards are telling me together, these are for those of you that are in relationships. It's saying that, again, somebody is choosing freedom in a relationship. Someone is choosing to be just leave something behind, and they want to be free, and it's a serious choice. And you have the Justice with the Queen of Swords, and to me they almost like mirror each other. They can come off quite cold though when it comes to their decision making, but they're the type that if a decision has to be made, like, they're the one to make it, because they won't care like about, like, if they're not happy, they'll just be out. So that's what it is. And I think that that's what the situation is. Somebody has chosen happiness, over either what they feel is misery, or what they feel isn't working for them at this time. So what I would say is, if you don't want to lose a relationship, then again, you have to give your partner more freedom, or your partner has to give you more freedom, or maybe they just have to trust you more as well. Like, maybe it could be an issue of trust also. But I think that somebody needs to sort of loosen the reins, so that the other person can breathe. And so because otherwise I feel like if you don't allow them to, they're just going to be like, deuces kind of situation. So so yeah, for those of you that are not in relationships, you have the Two of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords, and I think that like there's disappointment in these cards. Like it's the sense of the Two of Pentacles could be like maybe you might have had like two people that you were kind of interested in. Maybe you were juggling like dating two people or getting to know two people, but then it's not really working out for you. And so, or maybe that's where the choices come in. Maybe you had to choose between one person and another person, and either it's too difficult a choice, or maybe you did make a choice and you chose the wrong person, and that's why you're kind of disappointed in this situation. But I feel like what is going on here is that you're feeling lonely. Maybe like I feel like again there's this thing of a situation where you thought there could have been something there, something more to this relationship, or something more that could take place. It's like you're gonna see that, you know what, this was just, it wasn't serious, basically. Maybe you thought it was gonna be, but it wasn't. And so because of that, it's like you've ended up disappointed, or you end up feeling alone, because you might feel like this isn't what I wanted. I wanted to be in a relationship, but now I'm by myself and I'm just not happy with that situation. So yeah, I'm trying to come up with some advice for this situation. It just seems so cut and dry, like the way the cards kind of are coming up. But I feel like it's just, if you don't mind having fun and just letting things not be serious, then it will be okay. If you're looking for something that is serious, then I don't feel like that's happening this month. So it just kind of depends on the way you kind of look at things. But sadness come lasts for a time. Like I always believe, especially when you look at this card, it kind of reminds me of that like Bible scripture, like that says, well, I'm paraphrasing, like this ain't the exact scripture, like word for word, but it's like it says, sadness lasts for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Like I love that saying, because to me it's like, well, that part of like biblical scripture, because to me it's like so true. Like everything goes in circles, and so yeah, you can be sad the one minute and you can be joyous the next minute. But I just feel like you have to kind of just you have to just go through the cycles and let those emotions show up and handle them as they show up. um your spiritual cards are the King of Swords with the High Priestess. And so, again, you got a lot of swords cards. You had Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, and then Justice, which also carries that kind of energy, because Justice is like Libra, connects with air. And then you have the Nine of Swords, and you have the King of Swords. So you're going to be doing loads and loads and loads of thinking in October. Loads of thinking, loads of decision making, strategizing, trying to get through the challenges and the difficulties. The High Priestess is kind of saying, instead of depending so much on logic and this air swords kind of energy, try to go within, try to be more intuitive, and or tap into more of that intuitive energy when it comes to your choices and decisions that you're making. Is kind of saying that your intuition really is going to be wanting to guide you and wanting to help you be decisive this month. But I feel like, but again, it's like you have to let yourself be open to that kind of energy, because when you have so many swords, like it can kind of counter that energy, because you can be so stuck in your mind that it's almost like your mind can become a prison. And that's what this kind of represents, the Nine of Swords, when your brain is so full of thoughts, and especially could be full of very quite negative thoughts that don't really help you. They aren't really productive in terms of really helping you make the correct decisions. So again, it's sort of telling you to sort of come out of your mind and move more into like your heart space. And especially when it comes to matters of the heart, try to come at it from more heart centered space, and really think within your, well, don't even think, thinking is too much, because I think you got too much thinking going on anyway. Try to just be more like intuitive and depend on that kind of energy. And I think that also that kind of energy will make you softer as well in your approach, because I think swords energy can be again very cold, very direct, very cutthroat in a way. Whereas the high priestess energy, because she's like feminine, it can be a bit less um pushy, or a bit less um harsh. That's the best word. Less harsh and more soft, a bit more gentle. So I think that's kind of what is needed here as well. um in terms of your spirituality, it's definitely saying connect more with your intuition. So I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye.